everyone, and welcome back to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. Happy Monday to you all. I hope that you're having a fantastic day so far, and I am so super excited, as some of you may also be. It is Christmas week, so yay, happy Merry Christmas time. So Christmas Day is on Friday, and Christmas Eve is on Thursday, and yes, we will have episodes for every day this week. Nothing is changing there. I think what's changing is I have to be better about being on top of recording ahead of time as opposed to doing it every few days. So anyway, so I'm excited, and yes, there will be an episode released at the same time every single day. And but this week is not necessarily like holiday themed week. I know that it was like 2 weeks ago-ish because I like doing themes and I like tying the holidays in, but I didn't want to do it too much, at least this time around. I probably will for sure once New Year's comes, and maybe a few other holidays throughout the year, but I didn't want to make it too much because I know that a lot of people already make Christmas a lot, and even though Christmas is my favorite, I didn't want to overdo it. So anyway, happy Monday. This week we are going to be talking about important reminders. I wanted to do something that wasn't going to be so deep and so, introspective as sometimes I do. So I chose something a little bit lighter, but that actually would also be helpful during this week. So this week we'll be talking about important reminders, and today, Monday, we're going to be talking about how it's okay to rest. But before we jump into the episode, again, happy Monday. I hope that you're having a fantastic day, whether your day is just beginning, in the middle, or towards the end. Just a reminder that if you are having a hard day, you're having a frustrating time, you're just feeling stressed, you just feel overwhelmed, or just kind of wish that the part of the day that you're currently experiencing would just go away, I encourage you to do the 5-minute reset, which is to take at least 5 minutes to be by yourself. It'll allow you to reset, reboot, restart your day right then and there. It'll also allow you to take some time to take a break from any issues or problems or burdens that are weighing you down or causing you trouble or just making you feel miserable. And you could also spend some time coming up with a resolution for any problems or issues that you're dealing with, whether that includes someone else or not. And I always encourage everyone to come up with at least 4 things that you are grateful for, big, small, or medium size. It doesn't matter, because you can literally be grateful for anything. Maybe you're grateful that Christmas is almost over. I understand that it's overload for a lot of people. That's totally fine. I'm not offended by that, as no one really should, because everyone is entitled to how they feel. Maybe you're grateful that you were able to spend some time with some family or friends this past weekend because you weren't able to going into the holiday. Maybe you are grateful that you actually have some people to spend the holiday with, despite there being a lockdown, or because I did hear that people that live in Europe, or I don't know if it's specifically London. I do follow someone that lives in London, and they said that they are under another and more intensive lockdown recently starts, so that's a bummer. So I feel for them, especially if you already had plans to be with your family. So maybe you're just grateful that you do have some people that you live with, or some people that live right next to you, or something that you're able to visit with. Or maybe you're grateful that you're going to be encountering a lot of food and happiness this week as you start to celebrate Christmas and gift exchanges with friends. So like I said, it doesn't matter what it is. You can literally be grateful for anything. You can be grateful for the sun in the sky. You can be grateful for the trees and the mountains and the flowers on the ground. It doesn't matter. You can literally be grateful for anything. And last but not least, make sure that you're feeling at least neutral, if not positive, about the rest of your day, because hopefully coming up with your gratitude list and then just taking some time to reflect on positive, amazing blessings that are happening in your life, despite the really hard struggles that are currently happening too. If you spend more time reminiscing on amazing blessings you've had in your life, or just focusing on the positive blessings that you have going on right now, it'll make getting through those hard things a lot easier. It's not going to make it go away, and it's not going to make it be perfect, but it is going to help it get through that time a little easier. So I encourage you to do that. But again, I do hope that you're having a great day on this Monday. Again, like I said at the top of the show, this week we're going to be talking about important reminders. And today, Monday, we're going to be talking about it's okay to rest, and just like a little bit of what would I call it? A preview of what we're talking about this week. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about like kindness is the best option, followed by like it's okay not to be okay. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else does. And then finally, it's okay to be yourself on Friday on Christmas Day. But let's go ahead and just jump in today's episode. It's okay to rest. This week, I wanted to talk about reminders that we should all be telling ourselves and talk about something a little bit lighter since it is Christmas week, like I mentioned. And some of us have enough stress to deal with, not just myself. I'm sure there are many people out there that feel the same. And I didn't want to make you take on any emotional whirlwinds, maybe next week though. But this week I wanted to keep it a little lighter, like I mentioned, because I understand that, especially for me, Christmas can bring up a lot of stress, despite how much you love it, despite how much joy and happiness and fulfillment that it brings you. It could still, bubble up a lot of stress. And there are people in my life that don't understand that. They don't understand how you can feel both stressed and happy at the same time, or sad and happy at the same time, like those dual emotions that just don't make sense if you haven't experienced it yourself, or at least witnessed it and can accept that that person is being honest with how they feel, you know what I mean? So, so I understand that this week can be really stressful. So how about some important reminders to sprinkle in and let you know that you need to remind yourself of these amazing things? So I thought it'd be helpful to start with talking about reminding ourselves that it is okay to rest when we need it. And I know this can be a really tough thing for a lot of people to admit to themselves that rest is needed, but we need to get in the habit of doing so. There won't always be someone there to remind you to do so, even if you do have that right now. So let's say that you have a partner or a spouse or a friend or whomever, or a parent, or, whoever is in your life to remind you that you need to take a break, you need to rest a bit, you're kind of going hard, you're doing a little much. Like even if you have people at work that are actually considerate of the things that you are doing on a daily basis, or however often you interact with them, there's not always going to be those people, right? And if you create a habit of relying on those people to remind you to do something that you're not very good at doing, or, just getting the reminder to do something that you are going to choose not to do anyway. But let's say that no one ever reminded you, and then you never had that thing, that thought lingering in the back of your mind to try to remember to take a little bit of a break, then you won't take a break. So it's something that you have to instill in your mind and in your values, your core beliefs, your habitual habits that you never fail. You know what I mean? The things that you always do. This has to be one of them. Okay, despite how hard you're trying to get out there, hustle, be your best. Believe me, I get it. But there are definitely times where I will take it to the extreme, and I think it's because personally I am a people pleaser, perfectionist personality, and I know there's lots of people out there that struggle with that as well. I feel like those are the main reasons and factors why I struggle with taking a break, because I feel like the job is never done. Whether it's pleasing someone or, performing my best, there's always something you can do to be better, to one up someone, as terrible as that sounds, just to continue to climb. When if we don't take that rest, it's funny how we can't take a break to just see how other people are performing the same or better than us, because they have implemented that rest into their lives. You know what I mean? So I know this can be tough, but it's something that we all, including myself, need to start integrating into our lives on a regular basis if we don't already do so. And so today, I want to share with you not only different ways you can implement rest into your life, but also reasons why you need to. And normally I feel like I do either or I'll do like a quick list of reasons why you should be doing this and then how-tos and the tips. But today I decided to kind of combine those because I thought it'd be more fun. And then you can give me some feedback on whether or not you like that. And if you don't want to wait till the end to find out all the ways that you can contact me, be in touch, give me feedback, you are welcome to check the description box for all the notes for the show, my Instagram pages, my personal and the show page, and also my email address. So feel free to let me know what you think. But let's jump into 3 tips / reasons for rest. So tip number 1, the reason we need to rest, the first reason we need to rest is that our brains need a break. So giving your brain a rest will help to improve general everyday performance, improve mood, and increase your ability to concentrate and give attention to whatever it is you need to focus on. So being able to take the time to actually focus and, improve everyday performance, whether that's at work or whether that's at home with friends, with family, with your kids, with your spouse, on your own, doing your little side hustle, doing your work, whatever it may be, and like living your best life. It's important for us to give our brains a break. And an idea that I had for resting the brain would be to unplug as much as you can. So I don't know why, even when I was writing my notes, I was hesitating on this, but I knew that this would be the best way, the best suggestion for me to give in regards to giving your brain a break, because I feel like it's the thing that helps people the most. I feel like it is one of the things that's talked about the most. So it's not like I'm giving like groundbreaking tips right now. But unplugging from as many things as you can as possible is really important. So let's just start it off with the obvious. Social media is something that we should all be taking a break from, because it could actually be hindering our growth and our ability to have self-confidence and believe in who we are and actually love ourselves more and spend time actually taking care of ourselves, because we can get so sucked in to what everyone else is doing and, kind of twist everything that we see into this negative mindset of like, wow, this person has all these things, I don't have all these things, why don't I have all these things, how do I get all these things, and not necessarily like actual material things, but even like jobs or the popularity or the adoration or the care or the maybe just having a partner or having children or having a business or whatever it may be, you having not hit the same milestones as someone else that you follow online. And I have definitely shared on here that I've had those same experiences. There's actually a full quick, like I think it's like 10 or 13 minute long YouTube video where I talk about envy, where I had a serious issue with someone that I follow that I adore, that's amazing. But I did have this like kind of creeping feeling of envy pop up and bubble up and make me really upset in the moment. And in the moment, I feel like I'm self-aware enough that I was able to talk to someone about it. And then I made a video about it. And I'd already talked about it previously on the podcast. So like those thoughts and ideas that I'd been sharing with you guys were already on my mind recently. So I was able to work my way through it. But I feel like that can happen to a lot of us where we just, it just kind of just freaks us out and jumbles us up. So taking a break from social media can really be helpful. You can maybe even take a break from TV, or take a break from working on your computer so long, spending so much time sitting or standing in front of your computer is not good. Just generally for the physical health of like your eyes, even despite the fact if you're wearing blue light glasses or not, just staring at screens can really just make your actual brain and eyes just hurt. So that's why that's important. Taking a break from watching TV and like doing something else that you may enjoy. Maybe you like to read. Maybe you don't. It's okay. I love reading. Maybe you like to listen to podcasts, like this, or maybe you are into those true crime podcasts. I know those are super popular. I personally like to listen to like game shows online, like the NPR game shows, or I like to listen to a majority of the shows that Maximum Fun has. That's the podcast network that I really enjoy because they have a lot of comedy podcasts that I think are funny. Or even just listening to Stuff You Should Know, where they just teach you about random things that you never knew anything about. So that's fun. Or maybe you just want to engage in some sort of physical activity like exercise or just going for a hike, going for a walk. Maybe you want to learn how to do a different skill like painting. Or I don't know why painting came up because I used to be a painter. I loved it. It was fun. It was a good outlet, but it's not something that I really engage in anymore. I don't know why. But anyway, painting, or if you can where you live, gardening, or I don't know, fixing up your home, whatever It is. It's important for you to kind of unplug from the things that you normally do. Even I would reach to encourage you to unplug from maybe the same people that you spend time with, especially if, maybe some of your friends are going through some really interesting, tough, emotional things that are really hard for you to deal with or carry those burdens for them right now. Maybe you need to take a little bit break from that, or maybe you just need a break from people in general because it's just super overwhelming and you are more of an introvert. Even an extrovert could feel this way though, I believe. But it's just, even if you just want to unplug from people and have your own personal away downtime, I think that's really important. And I think that can be super helpful for giving your brain a true break. Tip number 2, the second reason we need to rest is because our bodies can only take so much. It's true. Our physical bodies can only take so much. According to the website Nectar Sleep in the UK, when our bodies do take some time to rest, our cortisol levels are lower, which is our stress hormones. Our sympathetic nervous system relaxes, which helps to lower our blood pressure, and other hormones get to work that help to grow and repair things inside our bodies. I don't really know a lot about the internal body chemistry of hormones and such, but according to that website, they were talking about how it is super helpful in all the amazing things that happens when we actually give our body some physical rest. So ideas for resting the body. Sleep is the most obvious. It's something that I partake in all the time. And I don't mean like just our nightly sleep, but like naps, even though I'm trying to break myself away from taking a nap every single day because I do know that that's not healthy, but that's more of like a problem with my adrenals. But usually when I need to recoup, one of my first choices for me personally is a nap. I love napping. But if that isn't what you need, meditation works really well. And for something that allows you to still move your body, if you really, really, really don't want to be like at super 0% rest, but you can move your body minimally, yoga or general stretching is a good idea. So, yoga is like a form of stretching, at least I don't know. I kind of see it as an exercise too. I'm not a yoga fan. It's not that I don't like it. It's just more of like, I don't have the patience if I'm trying to work out to move that slowly. It's personal preference. It's all personal preference. Like I like to weightlift. A lot of people don't like to do that. I like to run and jog. A lot of people don't like to do that. It's totally fine. We all have our preferences. But yeah, so some of those ways, sleep/nap, meditation, yoga, stretching, those are really some good ideas to give your body some actual downtime. I know a lot of people, maybe if you are on your feet a lot, maybe for your job or you work out a lot, maybe even just taking some extended time to chill on the couch and like just actually rest your body and not constantly like try to like move it all the time. That's a good break for your body. It's important. Your body needs time to actually rest and repair and heal itself, even from the daily like walking and stuff, and if you're on your feet a lot, and even just like healing your feet and making your body stronger to adapt to maybe a more increased physical lifestyle. Like let's say that you have changed from a job where you were sitting a lot and now you're standing, or you're trying to just like shift from at your desk, instead of sitting a lot, you're standing. That's what I've been trying to do for the past year. It's super helpful. Maybe you have been working out more and more, and so you're trying to work your body up to that, but still, in the end, your body definitely needs rest and relaxation because it needs to be able to recoup the energy so it can keep you going day after day after day, and you deserve that rest. And taking that rest does not mean that you're lazy. It does not mean that you don't work as hard as other people. It doesn't mean that you're not as motivated. It just means that you actually care about yourself and you're willing to take the time to implement that life so you can become your best more and more over time. Okay, you guys. So the third and final reason we need to rest is because burnout is a real thing. It's a real thing that I've encountered many times. Many times because it took me too many times, I would say personally, like 3, to really realize what was actually happening. So burnout is the mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion created from prolonged stress, from being overwhelmed, feeling unable to perform under pressure, and just feeling emotionally drained. It's the idea of not stopping despite feeling the stress overflow. You feel it. You feel it like it's going to be too much for you, but you keep going. You try to like break through that wall when really you're just breaking into the burnout zone. And so an idea for resting due to burnout would be to delegate tasks or whatever it is, or work, and be firm about your needs. So in regards to delegating tasks, if your burnout is related to not just work, actually, now that I think about it, it could definitely be related to like your home life or whatever. I would say it's important to help people. It's important to allow people to help you, which is what delegating would be. So if you're at work, maybe you're able to delegate out tasks that you just feel like you can't get to, or they're too much, or they're kind of interfering with the tasks that you feel are more important, and you need to ask for help to get the rest of it done so that everything still continues to get done. But I feel like this could apply at home. So let's say that you have kids, and actually this came up in my life very recently where my daughter, who is almost 13, likes to, well, she can't go very many places right now with the lockdown, but often she likes to go to her friend's house, and usually I am the one that takes her because she'll just randomly be like, oh, I want to go to this person's house. And we've been trying to teach her time management to let us know a little bit ahead of time, but she would always just ask me and not my husband, not her dad. And so it came down to a point where I literally but the last time it happened where I had to like go and pick her up, which we live much farther away than we used to. So it's like a half an hour trek, 25 minutes, half an hour to get there and then back. So it's like an hour round trip. I text my husband and I was like, you know what? This is so stressful. I don't think that I should always have to be the one that has to take her and pick her up. Maybe we can split it, or maybe you can do it one time and I can do it next time, but it's just really getting in the way of a lot of other things that I have to do on a daily basis. And that was me delegating this task of like running our daughter around because, oh, I can't wait till she can drive. I know that's, it's a parent's dream come true. But yeah, hopefully, and just making sure it's happening safely. But yeah, so I was just like, you know what? I need to delegate this task to you because you have less to do, at least as of right now. And I have a lot to do right now. And I need you to take this burden away from me. And it worked out really well. So I think that could happen. That could be used in your home life, in your work life, maybe in your friend life. Like maybe if your friends are asking you to help out with a lot of things and you're just finding that you can't do all of the things that are being asked of you, or maybe if you're volunteering at like an organization or whatever it may be, you just need to be honest with what you can handle, what you can't. And then if you are able to delegate or just ask more people to help and give them part of the job that you were assigned to do so that it all gets done in an efficient manner, a timely manner, then do it, because there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with kind of like, people would feel like you're like giving up or conceding. I honestly think that you were just being realistic with what you want to get done, yet still being efficient because you want to get it all done. Like you do, which is why you're trying to get people to help you. You're not just trying to kill yourself to get it done and maybe not end up getting it done because you overloaded your plate. You know what I mean? And then the second idea on top of that was to be firm about your needs. So this kind of goes into that too. You need to be firm with the people in your life, like whether it's at work, at home, or with friends or whatever, that you need to take a break. You can't handle all of this work, these responsibilities. It's just too much for you. You need more downtime. You need more time to rest and recoup. Or maybe your need is the fact that this is just not suiting your current journey in life for whatever reason. You need to have a little chit chat about that and figure out like, hey, I need to be doing something else. I need to be going down a different path. I need to be having different tasks and have those open conversations. Do not be shy about your needs because they are your needs, and no one else is going to advocate for your needs as much as you can, as much as you should. So, and don't assume someone will, despite how much they care about you, love you, respect you, whatever. Yes, they might step in on your behalf a little bit here and there, but in reality, more often than not, you need to do it yourself, okay? So it's important that we all learn to advocate for our own personal needs, actually be able to identify those needs, share those with others, stand firm in those needs, and use those to continue to power us towards becoming our best selves. So you want to avoid burnout as much as possible. Do not give in to needing to continue to push through despite stress and feeling overwhelmed and emotional distress. Like, don't let that just rule your life because you feel like that's what you need to be your best, to get to the top. It's not true. I would say, take some time to realize that there are so many people out there that actually create and live by their boundaries and still excel even more than the other people that are like hustling day and night and day. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's all I have to share with you guys today about it's okay to rest. Thank you so much for listening to the Real Positive Girl podcast. Again, my name is Sabrina. Oh my gosh, happy Monday, you guys. Check the description box for notes for the show, where to find me on Instagram, whether it's personal or the show page, which I have been getting so much better. Okay, it's only been a week, but I've been getting better about posting. And I did already create the graphics for this week, so I feel like if I just continue on the trend of preparing ahead of time, I will be able to interact with you guys. Maybe not the same time every day, but I am working on it. So check that. Also, you can check the description box for my email address for any questions, comments, concerns, prayer requests, feedback, topic suggestions, or just to say hey, hi, and hello to me. Thank you so much for listening, downloading, sharing. You guys, we're so close. We're so close to hitting 10,000 downloads. I think we have about 400 more to go before the end of the year. I appreciate all your help and assistance and love in that. I'm so stoked. So anyway, I'll have more updates on that as we become closer to the end of the year. But until next time, remember, tomorrow we're talking about kindness is the best option. But until then, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.